Hey folks, today we're diving into a tale of fairy tales taking a twist. You ready? 3 fearless heroes dashed down the mountain with a magic spring water. Sure enough, they splashed the water on the fairy and bam, she was back. But just then, here comes Master's Eye. He stubbornly insisted that Granny Saucer was the princess, and she had to break the news to him. Indeed, you've guessed correctly. The princess has long been absent from this place. It's truly a whole new era. Hesha utterly refused to believe it and stubbornly insisted that Granny Saucer tell him his name. If it were true, they'd totally know his name. Granny Saucer sighed and closed her eyes. Can you believe it? Walking down the Golden River, what a letdown. In a century of infatuation, Sai refused to accept this reality and went on a rampage. He yelled and insisted he'd never stop looking for the princess. Meanwhile, the Duck Dog squad leader noticed the commotion and decided it was time to help mankind. A gentle breeze swept in, pouring down magic spring water. All the transformed folks were freed, and the spirit Kitarō returned to the battlefield. He effortlessly subdued Sai, who was too weak to fight back. Sai silently shed a tear and made a request to Granny Saucer. You should listen to me, Anan. This is right. Why on earth are you mixed up with these folks in this lifetime? Didn't you notice that these guys are quintessentially the comedic sidekicks? On the island, a crab turned into a spirit, and the locals, worried about its attention-grabbing ways, started creating. Finally, it fulfilled its promise, forever guarding its loved one. However, the boss treated his employees as if they were mere pawns in a punch-out game, completely disregarding their feelings. He boldly claimed that they would instantly turn into worthless individuals the moment they stepped out of the company. When employees wanted to quit, he demanded they pay back the tuition. This boss had zero guilt, just blabbering away with outrageous words. Listen up. Tough love is what you need. Under this double stress, employees started checking into hospitals. But when it comes to healing those emotional wounds, good luck with that. Due to ongoing trauma, some employees were pushed to despair and jumped. And this clueless boss, totally oblivious, just partying it up. He dragged his staff out to drink, binge drinking the night away. But one fateful night, they bumped into Kitarō as they exited the bar. The high and mighty boss, facing Kitarō, just couldn't shake his usual attitude. He kicked Kitarō into a dumpster, all the while thinking it's perfectly fine. This guy is truly a total embarrassment. However, some of those words really hit quite close to home. You know, eventually, what goes around comes around. The instant he uttered those words, a shiver ran down his boss spine as he swiftly realized the gravity and urgency of the situation. So he and his employees headed to the train station, but only one train remained. Coincidentally, this was the last train to the Garden of Lynn, which felt a bit sketchy. They had never seen it before, and the ticket collector's explanation seemed innocent enough, so they hurried aboard. But only after boarding did the boss realize his fellow passengers were a bit off. The train slowly pulled away from the station, and the carriage became eerily quiet. The atmosphere became dark and spooky within seconds. Suddenly, countless hands shot up from the floor to grab the boss. Ghostly eyes peered down from the ceiling, making him shiver. The scene before him remained unchanged, but the marks on his legs screamed disaster. As the employees helped him up, they casually brought up a former colleague. That colleague couldn't bear the excessive pressure and chose to take his own life, yet this ruthless boss has, up until now, demonstrated absolutely no remorse and remains unyielding in his stance. But now, it's time for him to face his karma. The deceased co-worker appeared, joined by his former oppressed employees to surround him. Remember to subscribe, folks. We've got plenty more entertaining tales coming your way.